Hey everybody, my name is Kevin and welcome to Kev's Vibe of the Day, where I frame up your day with something positive to gnaw on from the messages from these oracle cards. So let's get right to it. I hope you slept well. I hope you rested. Let me give a quick shuffle. Thank you, angels, ascended masters, spirits of the other realm, for revealing to us what we need to know. We're asking for one card to give us a positive focus for the day. Here we go. Oh, there's one, right? Well, let's choose another one. There you go, that works. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, trust the universe. Oh, this is a good one today. So there is a lot going on, and it just seems that you can be someone who is buying into the confusion and the nonsense and anything outside of yourself that doesn't make any sense. And it's not making any sense. It feels as if we are being revealed to a world of leaders that have no clue what they're doing. And I think that that's a somewhat of a public trap, if you will. So let's talk about what trusting the universe means. So this card shows up with a deliberate message. You may have been sitting at a crossroads in your mind, in your life, with who to trust, what to listen to, who to listen to. And we have multiple sources of information coming at us. There's a newspaper, there's what continues to be one news network after another, all plugging in their information. There are magazines at the grocery store shelves. There is social media that is running amok with opinions. And then there's, what do we do? Okay, so I'm going to break it right down for you. You're here on the planet because the planet wanted you to be here. You have within you this intelligence that has been with you since you got created by the universe. So it makes more sense to me that you should trust in that universe that created you, that's part of you. Now, many of us grew up with a certain way of thinking and being and people to follow and things to follow, and we were told this and then we were told that, and then we should do this and then we should do that. Well, guess what, people? Those folks, some folks guided you, some folks help you, show you what the way forward is. Others want you to do what they want you to do because it makes them happy. So who are you trusting and what are you following? Trust in your instinct, trust in your intuition. Whether you are worried about whether you should put a mask on, not put a mask on, get vaccinated, not vaccinated, that's your choice. No one's telling you any different. Whether you should trust that whatever you go and you earn and the job that you do, you trust it's going to get paid. You have been trusting things that have worked out your whole life. And then there's that trusting things that didn't quite work out. And so it leaves these stories, creates these stories that keep going. But you notice very subtly that these are other people's stories, that you listen to other people, what didn't work for them, and they plow that upon you. Have you ever thought about, well, I'm going to go do this, or I'm going to go do that? You're making a choice that you know would be good for you. And then someone is like, yeah, well, because it wasn't good for them. So trust the universe is a great card that comes with a reminder that what you're seeing and what you're believing are two kind of different things. What we have to rely on is faith. And the faith in ourselves is likely right now being challenged. So what do you do with that? Get quiet. Distance yourself from the ongoing onslaught rhetoric. As I keep on saying, find a way to raise the vibration and get clear. What I know for sure is that we've all experienced the ringing in the ears. We've all experienced seeing things that are out of place. We've all experienced these miraculous things that happen when we weren't expecting them to, for the good. These are little tiny milestones and points of interest that the universe says, we've got you. We have you covered. We've got this. Don't worry, it's going to be fine. There's a reason for some of the experiences that we're going through. And there isn't any coincidences at all. I mean, some of you might be saying, well, that's just awful. I want to have a good life. I'm supposed to have a good life. We were created to have a great life. Yes, we were. And I've always said, you can look at things in two ways. Glass half empty, glass half full. You can look at I generating the energy of I don't have anything, it's going to be terrible, it's going to be awful, I'm going to just fail, it's going to be oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Or you can look at it, I've got this together, I have myself together, it's not a problem. From this, all good things happen, and this is just temporary. And whoosh, it's gone, it's done. You know what? Because we've been brought up in this instant gratification land, we want it all now. We don't want to wait. We don't want to go through the process of waiting. We don't want to, have these experiences. But you have to know that right now, this minute is all you have. Right now, this minute, as you listen, is all you've got. And it's the right now, this minute, that you get to change things. That you get to make a difference in what happens next. That's the trust the universe says. You've been trusting it. You go to bed at night, you trust that at some point you're going to go to sleep. You wake up in the morning, at some point you trust you're going to be able to get something to eat. You go to work, somehow you trust you're going to arrive there safely. You've been trusting this. So what? There's a traffic jam. So what? Somebody got into an accident. So what? There are things that pop up that keep you delayed. Look, time got created by a scientist. You arrive when you're meant to arrive. If you arrive later than what somebody else wanted you to arrive, that's on them. If it's a lot later than what you were expected, that's on you. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. It's like trusting the universe to make things happen the way that it's supposed to happen. There's an intuition that works with us, that we know the right path when we're on it. And we begin to experience the synchronicities. We begin to watch these things unfold and happen. We begin to see in wonderment, oh my goodness, I saw that. I attracted that. Yes, I made that happen. When we get out of our own way of the doubt and the fear. There's only two polarities in the world, fear and love. You have to choose what you're about. Because the one is the beating of the drum that doesn't feel good. The other is the beating of the drum and the rhythm of life that feels pretty fantastic. And we've both experienced it. Well, we've experienced both, is what I meant to say. Trusting the universe is believing in the power that there isn't anything by chance, that nothing's happening without a reason, a cause. You're being guided. If you lose an opportunity, or you feel like doors are being closed in on you, or your options or your choices are being taken away, you've got to change that. Know that this is the work of source energy, divine energy, God energy, universal energy, angelic energy, is to go about this life. We came in here, I believe, I don't expect you to, with a purpose. And we're calibrated that way. The universe is calibrated perfectly. And we're perfectly calibrated to be in here. When things are out of balance, when things are out of whack, there are ways the universe shows us this is out of whack. This is out of balance. When we are rushing to get something done, we're not paying attention to something else. So somehow the universe brings it back to balance. You're being guided, whether it's by angels, higher source, God, universe. This card, this day, this message is saying you're being guided to look at the questioning that you're having and stop it. Everything that's occurring right now is in miraculous support of our highest good. Trust, always, you deserve to have really good experiences. You deserve to have really good experiences. I'll say it one more time. You deserve to have really good experiences. You deserve to have a good life. You deserve the blessings that you came into this physical existence to be. I was listening this morning to Esther Hicks, who channels Abrahamic energy, and she talks about everybody being source energy being, the being of the source energy. And the little piece I got, Law of Attraction, I think she has a channel called Well-Being. It's about the flow that you currently are in, this flow that you're in. If you're in, like, I call it the ditch of doubt, where you're not sure, you're upset, you've sort of sat there in this soup of sadness, right? The soup of, oh my God, my gosh, it's all that. If you're sitting there, there's a reason it's showing you that. Because ordinarily, if you're this upbeat, I got it together, my shit going on. Ooh, sorry, I swore. But you know, you got your together. You have it. You're dressed up. You're ready to roll. You're ready to make it happen. That's who you are. That's at source who you are. So now you're lined up. You're calibrated. The person you are is that tall, confident individual that walks one step and the other, and it keeps going. When people see it, they line up to it, or they get out of your way. This is simple as that. Yes, I'm not saying that we don't get low points. I'm not saying that we don't hit a wall. There is fear. When the fear shows up, and you're not normally that fearful, but when the fear shows up, it's a reminder. Keep creating the source energy. Keep creating that. I got it together. I got my stuff going on. You notice, social media is one of these great places that you get to see people showing themselves. I mean, all day long. Just look, just be in the observation, and you'll be seeing people that are genuinely having this great time. It's all good. It's wonderful. Life is just fantastic. And when you line up with that energy, you're going, yes, good, they've got it. Yes, thumbs up. Yes, yes, yes. And you see the comments, the positive comments, the encouraging comments. And then you get the ones who are really not feeling that way, but they're kind of being that way, where there's an out of balance, an out of whack, like trusting. The flow that you're in right now, whatever that flow is, whatever that energy bubble is, what you're in right now is something you created. And it's hard to take that because, those of us that sit in there want to point the fingers and blame and say, it's not my fault. It's not my fault. No, it's not my fault. No, it's not my fault. Yeah, kind of it is. You flowed it. You created it. Just as you created the flow you're in, if it's a fearful flow, right? We'll say you're going upstream, as Esther will say, it's a fearful flow. Right there, right then, at that very moment, you get to change it. Trust that the universe is showing you the struggle. They're showing you it to get the change, to get the stop. And it's really tough when we are in that fearful place. And let's face it, some media outlets want you to stay fearful. If I can get people to be afraid, if I can get people to be fearful, they're going to spend money on stuff. That's temporary too, because we realize, whoa, I bought this, I got that, I tried this, I tried that. What was it, a year and a half ago, people were going mad buying toilet paper. Crazy. mad. I wouldn't call that to somebody who had 19,000 rolls in their wagon. I would be a little bit worried about that. But it is that whole mentality that if we don't stock up, if we don't get it, if we don't put it in our basements, if we don't have all the walls filled up with baked beans, and we don't get, like a few months ago, something happened with the refineries in, I don't know where, everybody was filling up with gas. There was a big rush on gasoline. Like, you're going to go before the last drop's gone. These are all temporary. Didn't last very long, maybe a week. A storm blows through. You know, it's high wind. The weather people start telling you a week beforehand, stock up on this, stock up on that, go buy, go buy, go buy, go get, go buy, go spend, go spend, go spend. You need that extra battery. It's all temporary. Trust the universe, source energy, something bigger, greater than you is making things happen for your highest good if you're looking in that direction. How is it that in a disaster, people just move on about their business, fly right on through it? That doesn't seem to faze them. Others, oh gosh, madness and mayhem. Crazy. What energy is it that you are either A, reflecting and giving out, or accepting and just going with? It's a choice. It's what we choose. Sometimes when we're around the, for want of a better expression, Debbie Downers, those of us that are light, bright, loving, kind, caring, on the love end, when we get around a lot of folks who are the doubters, the downers, it's oppressive. It's hard to handle it. The universe says, trust. It's temporary and will move you, guide you downstream to those that are like, oh, thank you. And you watch, there's lightness and there's joy. When you're about lightness and about joy and you're about lifting and you're about being lighter, brighter, yes, you'll attract people that want to steal it, that want to get it, but you're still lighter and brighter. You're still vibrating with the energy you're meant to, what you're supposed to. You keep going down in hill, the further down you go, it's temporary, but the much more work it is to lift it up. That makes sense. I hope it makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, plop down in the comments. I'm happy to respond. And I will say this, you don't have to believe everything I'm telling you. You got to trust what you believe yourself in your gut feeling. And where is it coming from? And if something's not feeling right, if something's not going right, if something's not sitting right with you, write it down. That brings it focus. When you get a journal, like I've just got a regular, let's see if I've got one here. I just bought a regular spiral. I've got loads of just notebooks that you just scribble on. Try to get in the habit of every morning before you do anything else, reaching for your phone, checking your emails, write your focus for the day and then make your affirmations. I've got this. I've got it together. Thank you. I've got it going on. And make it every day's a new day, a brand new day. And even though we keep hearing it, saying it, universe is dropping it in, downloading it. I am source energy being whatever I need to be today. If you're finding yourself thinking, oof, I don't get to make whatever, if you're worried about money, if your lie is that there's not enough money, that's a lie. There will always be enough money. If you're resenting people that have money, that's a relationship you have with the money. That's a relationship you have with that energy. You have to open that energy up. Not hold on to it like you're never going to get any more. Open it up. Release it and let go of it. Bless it. Thank you. A penny. Thank you. A little dollar, thank you. Something, thank you. Find something that you know is abundant and switch that feeling. It's abundant. You know, trying to think of I'm using that as an example because that has been a struggle that I've struggled with. Balancing. My lie is that I'm not financially responsible. The truth is, it takes somebody pretty substantially secure to run a business on their own, not work for anybody, not collect a paycheck, to go through a shutdown, lockdown with no income coming in and make it work and continue to make it work. That's pretty amazing. When I tap into that energy, when I tap into what I actually have accomplished already, it makes the feeling of lack, the feeling of, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? It makes that seem ridiculous. So when you find yourself sitting in a place where you're not really sure what to trust, and it's getting you stuck in that ditch of, oh my goodness, remind yourself of when you got out of it. Remind yourself of when something turned itself in the stream. Remind yourself of when you encourage yourself to do it. You came here in this life for you. You didn't come in here to just please other people. That is ridiculous. You know, I once learned, we were doing an exercise in a teacher training thing. I go back to this teacher training thing because it was pretty pivotal for me. And I can't remember what was going on. They were getting to some inquiry work, digging into somebody who was, you know, coming up with all kinds of excuses as to why they said what they said, did what they did. And they got to this piece of this person who said, well, I just want to be nice. You know, I want people to think of me as being nice. And the facilitator sat back, looked straight at the individual and said, well, nice is stupid. And we all were aghast. What do you mean nice is stupid? It is stupid. Ridiculous. Nice is people pleasing. Nice is projecting yourself in a certain way. Kind is a lot more appropriate. Love and kindness go together. Being nice is so subjective and it's not genuine, certainly not authentic. Someone's having a struggle and they are having difficulties. The kindness would be to do something that would ease whatever difficulty they're having. Nice would be, oh, don't worry, dear, it'll be okay. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, bless you. Which one's more helpful? Which one's actually doing something? Which one's tapping into, you know, moving forward? I'm using these as ridiculous examples, but we've all seen them. I'll be a bit ratchet. No, I won't. I won't go there because I've got this cheeky egoic side that kicks in, and and we've all got them. We've all got that little personality that kicks in, and again, it's for a reason. We've got these two sides. In the spiritual world, they call it the shadow self. I think we are who we are. Our personality is our personality, and the way we present ourselves, we're calibrating all the time. But let's read from this book and then get into meditation. What's it say here? Find your own healing places. I like this. When I arrived in Sedona, I met Marianne. She and her husband ran the lodge where I stayed. You'll like it here, she said. You'll find the healing you need. Where should I look? I asked. Where should I go? What things should I be sure to do? There's no map for that, she quietly replied. You'll find your own places. They'll call to you, or you'll call to them. You'll be drawn to what you need. Sometimes along the way, people specifically point out things to us. We get a clear plan, about where to go next. But we can also reach for a place for which there's no map, no itinerary, no set agenda for how to find our way. That's because we're supposed to be trusting our heart. This is an important place on the journey. It tells us where we're now living from our heart. And that's the lesson. It tells us our heart can be trusted. It's a time of joy, a time of trusting what we've learned and what we know, a time of trusting the universe and discovering that trust is well placed. You don't need to be shown what to do next. Your heart and soul is going to lead the way. You'll learn to tell when something is right, when something works. Learn to find the places of healing. Learn to find the people, places, events, and rituals that work for you. Don't worry about how to find them or wait for someone to point them out. They'll call to you, or you'll call them into your life. This whole, I am constantly blown away, seriously, that these oracle cards, and I'm sharing this because I'm sitting here with goosebumps running, spirits and angels flying all over the place in here. These cards I pulled, trust the universe here, and then I opened this deliberately to today's page, and it's talking about the same thing. This is a completely different medium, a completely different book, written in the 90s. These cards weren't even around in the 90s. Yet, both of these subjects lined completely up. It was about trusting the heart and going to the places that show you what to do next. And knowing the intuition, the source energy being is with you. You'll find your roadmap. You'll find the way forward. You will find your pathway out of the confusion. This is the one thing I'm going to leave you with before we meditate. The frustration, the constant that, the static, this noise that keeps grating on the nerves, that gets you bristly and hackly and all those things that you feel, or emotional, or fear, or depression, or anxiety, all of those things. It's showing us that in those moments, they're moments, we are out of alignment. We are out of synchronicity with the internal pieces of what we're supposed to do. When we are marching to a drum, moving forward, head held high, great, it's happening, it's moving, it's going on, I'm lined up, I'm switched on, I'm tuned in. When we turn the corner on a vista, and when we sing a song and we want to sing it out loud with the windows down and the sunroof open, all of those things, that's when we're lined up. That's when we are tuned in, turned on. That's the greatest flow that there is. So, we're in this journey, life, beginning as a baby. That's a miracle in itself. The trusting of knowing that your mum, if you're natural childbirth, is using her body to pull you out into the world instinctively. Not, and then of course, there's the C-section people, which again is an inner knowing that there's a problem, there's a struggle. We've got to just go ahead and take care of this right now. it's still intuitive. It's still universe saying, listen, we got a time crunch, let's make this happen. Here comes the baby. I don't look at it in a spiritual way. I just say this is the vehicle that got us here. But it's all part of a bigger picture. And then, we learn, you go to school, you have experiences, you mix with other people. Intuitively, you trusting the ones you trust and the ones you don't trust. And at some point, if you begin to trust people that you later realize, oh, somehow I don't feel this way anymore. In that moment, you got the information you needed to make a different decision. How many of us have read a book by somebody and it moved us? Saw a movie and it moved us. And we're like, whoa, my goodness. And then saw another one by the same person or another one by the same person or something else where we repeated it differently. It wasn't the same experience. The experience was the experience you were meant to have. And you graduated, moved forward, shifted, lifted, transformed. So find yourself facing every day either with a meditation or a focus or a journal, and set your day up from the flow of where you are. You can sit first thing in the morning when you are bright from sleep, from rest, you're most open. You can sit and discern right there in that moment how you frame up your day, how you work, what's happening next. You have the power. You've got the ability. What you see, what you feel, what you believe, what you want is coming. You've just got to trust in the process of getting it. Right. Feet flat on the floor. Eyes down, closed, palms up. Big breath in. Release it out. Let all the information, the bits of the information that you need to retain from what we've just discussed, let it settle in to your psyche. Some of the thoughts will drift on out. The thoughts you need to take on will come on in. Bring your mind and your consciousness to the soles of your feet and press them into the love of the Mother Earth, and know that this Mother Earth, this planet, is supporting you. The base chakra represents your right to be on this planet. Represents your right to be part of the balance of this universe. The planet, the Earth Mother, loves you, supports you, creates this place for you to be and live your best life. Press your feet down into the richness of the love of the Mother Earth and focus on how grounded this is for you, how supported you are. Continue turning on the fullest expression of your breath, and know that the universe has created the oxygen that you are breathing in. The universe gives you the intelligence of knowing how much to breathe in. The supply of oxygen is endless. Take as much in as you can get in. Pull in all of that goodness, that greatness, that power, that source energy, pull it in, lots of it. Release, let go, and expel the limits. Bring your attention into your heart space, the area between the middle of your body. Right there, there's the physical heart muscle representing love, representing emotions, representing the feelings. Then the center of your being is the light force, the energy center that is responsible for recharging, recalibrating, rebalancing everything that you are. The eternal flame, the light of your heart, is as light and as bright as you allow it to be. Lift this light upward through your throat into your third eye center. Allow the third eye center, that center of your eyebrows, to open wide, to create a clear channel, clear voyance, vision. And all around you, in your internal vision, see the wonders that you are creating, those that you have already experienced and those that you wish to experience, using the extended light from your heart, your eternal flame, to light and ignite your third eye center, to reveal to you what you need to know. It's an expression and an extension of your highest source energy. Move your mind and your consciousness through the crown of your head, and as you do so, allow the opening a 1,000 lotus petals, tingling with violet light, healing, cleansing your connection, your thoughts, your beliefs, calibrating and balancing you with source energy, the divine source energy that is you, part of you. Allow this light from the 1,000 lotus petals to shine up through the entrance to universal source, the stellar gateway, the gateway to the divine. And as you do so, lift your smile up, lift your gratitude up, open your heart up. What you are seeking, see it. What you wish to accomplish, see it happen. Get to the feeling of gratitude for accomplishing what you want. Breathe in deeper. Balance. Calibrate. The power of desire with the gratitude of belief, the feeling of having it, seeing it, wanting it, knowing it. Breathe and enjoy the clairvoyant vision of your greatness, of your happiness, of your love, of your kindness. Place this energy, this feeling of greatness, happiness, love, kindness, gratitude. See all of these high frequency energies as being one. Put these feelings into multiple colors or one color that represents to you all that is love, greatness, kindness, joy, peace, abundance. And from these 1,000 petals, in this great frequency, increase the feeling of having anything and everything you want being presented to you I invite you now to push pause on this video and continue breathing, meditating, being, and seeing. When you feel complete, bring your hands to heart center. Remind yourself of your environment. Keep the feeling. Keep your new way of balance and calibration lined up to the universe. Lift your thumb knuckles to your third eye center together. Bow and say Namaste. Thank you. I appreciate you. I love you. I wish you the greatest of Fridays. Bright blessings. See you soon. Bye.